Nah, it's just me, people.
What? Oh, what the fuck?
No, I did not dye my hair red this time. Unlike that. If you haven't seen my Halloween special, go check it out. I dyed my hair red. And I actually dressed up as Locke from Nightmare Before Christmas. And speaking of the topic, that's what we're going to be talking about today. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, this is a movie I never thought I'd end up liking. I'm not a huge fan of Disney. Other than Marvel and... Fucking Disney pretty much owns everything. I mean, they own Harry Potter. I think the only thing they don't actually own is Harry Potter. Wizarding World owns Harry Potter. Off topic. Anyway, I'm going to be telling you guys why this movie is a masterpiece. And it's probably one of the best animated films I've ever seen. For claymation, takes top notch. But animated films, it's got to be my top 5. And I'm just going to tell you why. I have a deeper connection to this movie than you guys might think. So, let's get into it.
Let's start by introducing Halloween Town. So, this story takes place in Halloween Town. And honestly, one thing I could praise this movie for is its character development. I remember that clown used to scare the fuck out of me as a kid. And honestly, they have some really good character developments. And the movie is only like an hour and 20 minutes. But you like these characters. You actually get time and sit down with them and, I don't know, kind of see how they view life. And I'm not kidding you. I do not like musicals, but the music in here, outstanding. I can't just...
It's so catchy and beautiful at the same time, and I really don't know how to explain it. Like, there's some... I don't know if it's Danny Elfman, man, just does a phenomenal job. Just the feel of this movie. It's just, in my opinion, something out of this world.
So, another thing is, though, the basic story is Jack discovers Christmas. Jack Skellington. Now, awesome design. I cannot praise that enough. Now, Jack wants to impress this girl named Sally, and their chemistry together, it feels real to me. It feels like human. And honestly, that's another thing I can praise about Tim Burton is he makes these characters that are creepy looking as fuck and makes them human. And I don't think any other director or animator could make that happen. It's just amazing.
Anyway, though, he wants to impress Sally. So, after seeing this Christmas Town, he goes back to Halloween Town and tells the others and spreads the word. And it's a really cool scene, too, because it's so unique how this movie can bring two holidays together and mash them up and actually make it work. Like, I'm not kidding you. Like, Halloween and Christmas are two way different holidays. They have so much things that are not in common. But this movie manages to put Halloween and then put Christmas and combine them. And it made this fucking masterpiece. I mean, honestly, this movie is out of this world, in my opinion. It really is. This movie has outstanding animation. Honestly, I said I don't like musicals. I love the songs in here. Come on. I don't know. And I just feel like it's also characters I can relate to. Like Jack, he wants to see more of the world, and he might see stuff in a different way than other people do, and he's kind of on a journey, in my opinion. And what I see from Jack Skellington in this movie is he's on a journey to find who he really is. Because when he goes back to the Christmas world, he's trying to take Santa's spot and be somebody else, but he's the Pumpkin King. And that's who he really is. And eventually, at the end of the movie, he realizes that, and he gets all the other people, the whole Halloween Town together, and It's honestly, I don't know. I can't. If you've never seen this movie, watch it. This movie will surprise you because it surprised the hell out of me.
This movie is so beautifully shot, and it doesn't matter which scene you're in. If you're in more of a Halloween setting or a Christmas setting, it's amazing. It's so cool. I don't think I can say it enough times that it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because the animation is perfect. It's perfection. It's so awesome to see them put this together. And if you watch behind the scenes to this,
It's honestly so impressive to see them put this together. And originally, I think it was supposed to come out a little earlier than it was supposed to. But from what I remember hearing in interviews, this movie took them 10 years to make. Now, was that 10-year movie wait worth it? Absolutely. This movie, I highly recommend this movie. This movie also, like, it does so good on, it's also not just a Halloween movie. In my opinion, it's actually more of a Christmas movie than it is a Halloween movie. And it's just like, these characters are so relatable, and you feel for them, it's just, the music too, it matches what the concept of the movie is. And honestly, in my opinion, that's art. That is exactly what art is. Taking two different things and trying to put them together to make art. And this movie did exactly that. Honestly, this movie is great. I'm going to rant off some characters right now that are just so well written within little time.
Oogie Boogie, for example, really simple design, but effective because he's really creepy. Honestly, he scared me as a kid. Probably I was scared of him the most. And right off the bat, you know to fear him. Zero, on the other hand, he is such an adorable character, and he's a nice addition to this animation. Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Now, I get mixed up between which one's which, so I'm not going to point out which one's which, but they're little shits. And I honestly love them. They're freaking great. They're Oogie Boogie's right hand men and one girl. Speaking of women, Sally is honestly a really good written character, and I feel like she has a big part of the story's plot. She's the one that brings Jack back to reality. And last but not least, the Pumpkin King himself, Jack Skellington. Wow. Just wow. They managed to make like I don't know how tall he is. I'm guessing 10 feet tall creature to be actually relatable, and he's actually pretty funny. Honestly, like I said, I used to be really creeped out with this character as a kid, with all these characters, but honestly, I grew to love Jack Skellington, and honestly, watching him now, he's pretty funny. I actually really like it. I like his motive, and he's just an awesome character overall. Now, I highly recommend this movie. Like I said, there's a million things I could say about this movie that is just so good. But I can't. I just can't. It's just so good. You have to watch this movie on your own time when you have the chance. And this is a perfect Christmas movie. And honestly, for just nostalgia, let's say one day I'm just having nostalgia, this would be like one of the number one movies I would think of that. I just love this movie, and I never thought I would end up loving a musical. Well, it's actually not really a musical, kind of, but this movie just really works for me. It takes a dark premise, I guess, if you want to say that, and then it takes a lighthearted tone and it just mixes it together, and it gets executed off very well, and it's just so good. This movie's awesome, and little elements are actually kind of creepy. Like, there's this one part where this kid, like,
opening up presents and it ends up being like a shrunken head. Like, it's dark. This movie does get dark sometimes. But it also has this lighthearted, fun, relatable tone. And I respect this movie, man. I really do. Honestly, I enjoy the hell out of this movie. And you guys need to too. But tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Mostly people like this movie, but I've actually met some people who really don't like this movie. And for those people who don't like this movie, tell me why you don't like this movie. You're crazy and you should probably get checked out from the doctor. No, I'm just kidding with you. I'm kidding with you. It's good to have your own opinion. But honestly, guys, I cannot. This movie's just so good and I highly recommend it. So guys, blow up the comments. Tell me what you guys think about this movie. 10 out of 10. Fantastic. Filmmaking. It's honestly one of the best films I've ever seen. I said it. Take care.